those individuals who look like us, those individuals who have a culture similar to us and our culture, we need to make sure that we have a program that's going to address their needs. And we have come up with the Ark of Philadelphia. I want to thank a couple people who contributed to the initial planning. I'm going to start with our elder here, and he's sitting over there with his head on. And I'd like for Mr. Cook to just stand for a couple seconds, come out for a couple seconds out of the sun. I know it's hot. Mr. Cook served.
I want to get you on the video, Mr. Cook.
Mr. Cook will be on the video with me because he served as my personal advisor on many occasions. When things looked really dark, he kept saying to me, it's your people that need this service, and we need to make sure that we have a service that's dedicated to individuals suffering in our community with drugs and alcohol addiction. So I thank today God and our ancestors for Mr. Charles Cook. I also want to thank Dr. Malefia Sante. Now, Dr. Malefia Sante have never said this to me, but I'm quite sure that there's many people that he met that told him to be careful of Cecil Hankins. You know, sometimes, and I want to be straight today, sometimes, you know, folks will, in fact, not encourage people to continue on. And sometimes those individuals stop us from doing so. But Dr. Malefia Sante continued to be with us today. And so I want to have him come up for a few minutes to say a few words to us. I know it's hard.
Thank you very much. Let me just say this. I am delighted to be here. This is wonderful, and it is wonderful for us and for our community. Cecil Hankins is one of those noble souls who actually is in the tradition of the people who have made our people great. Because he doesn't stop simply because people put obstacles in his way. But this is our tradition. If you go back to Harriet Tubman, it's the same way. I mean, suppose Harriet Tubman, who went 19 times to the South to get Africans who were enslaved and bring them to the North, suppose after the first time, because it was so difficult, she decided not to go those other 18 times. She would not have saved the hundreds of people that she did. Suppose, for example, Booker T. Washington had decided that building a school like Tuskegee in the forest of Alabama was too difficult and too lonely. He would never have built the great institution that exists at Tuskegee today. You have to have people who have self-determination and who believe in what they're planning, what they're trying to do. What Mr. Hankins has tried to do and what he is doing is so important from an Afrocentric point of view that it will become, I guarantee you, it will become the necessary model for treatment in our community across this nation. Because what he's saying, basically, is that our people need to be attached to their culture, that they need to know who they are as people, what traditions they have lived, what values our people have, and how our people were able to overcome almost anything. There's no people on the earth that I can think of who overcame as much as Africans in this country. And so that alone in itself, that grounding itself, is so important and so significant that by attaching our people to their sense of culture and history, the grandeur that was Africa, and the grandeur that will become Africa again in the lives of our children, there's nothing greater than this. I'm just happy to be here. I want to just share with you, and I know the sun is hot, but I tell you, I'm just happy to be here. It gives me great honor. Thank you very much, Mr. Atkins.
Thank you. All right. What is this all about? We're going to, instead of words, we're going to do performance. I am so honored and pleased to introduce to you none other than the Universal City